Hello there, it's Wednesday the 6th of February 2013. Welcome along to today's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from New York City in the US of A. Yes, I'm on a little holiday, as you well know, and today is the first show of me now in my 50s. I cannot believe I am 50 years old, boys and girls. But don't tell anyone, please don't tell anyone, that is a bit of a secret between us. Now, as well knows Zach, my friend in Australia, who finds it hilarious for some reason when I tell you things, and then I do tell you it is a bit of a secret between you and me. Do you know what I mean? He seems to think if I tell someone on this, then everyone will know. Well, they won't, Zach, if you don't tell them all, dear. You know, it's a secret. It is a secret that I'm now 50 years old. Oh, I'm now in the over 50s club. That's it. Does it feel any different? No. I feel exactly the same as I did the other day. So there we are. Anyway, as I say, I'm in New York, and it's been a nice journey here. I've been here a few days now. I finished work on Friday night about 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, by the way, I've got a cup of tea, a little cup of tea. Everything here is in paper cups. Those of you that are watching the show may notice the lighting is not as good as it usually is. I've literally got one of those, what do you call them? You know, the bedside lamps, and kind of put it on its side so that I can use it like that, because it's actually quite dark outside at the moment. The weather is not good. It is very, very, very cold. Anyway, I'll get to that. So, Friday night I went to work. We had the best Friday ever, where I do a bit of DJing on Friday nights, West 5 in Ealing. Great night there. And then after that I came home, didn't go to bed, and my friend Ronnie came round, picked me up about 5:30 in the morning, took me to the airport. Very nice. Went into the lounge. Little bit of a delay, about 20-minute delay. I think they were doing something to the plane. What was it now? Ice on the wings. They were having to remove ice on the wings. Now I don't quite get this, right? Because surely when you're up in the air, ice forms on the wings. Yeah. So there's no one up there to clean it off then. So how comes they have to remove the ice off the wings before it goes up, knowing full well that the ice will reform on the wings when it's up there? Can someone tell me that, please? I bet Robert in Iceland will know that one, won't you, Robert? Because you are a plane-type person, an ex-pilot. An ex-pilot. I think really, Robert in Iceland, you should retrain your pilot skills to fly one of those new... what is it? The A380. Who makes those? Airbus. That massive plane that occasionally... It's very scary when I come towards the camera under these artificial lights. Yes, one of those massive A380 planes, Robert. I think you'd like to fly one of them. Well, you probably wouldn't need to fly it, would you? But they fly themselves. Do they? Anyway. So got on the plane, had a little bit of a couple of bread rolls and that in the business class lounge, boys and girls, the business class lounge. So got on the plane, I had a little seat upstairs, it was very nice. I selected my own seat 24 hours before the plane left, and you can do that free of charge. Now the whole thing is, if you want to do that before 24 hours before you go away, BA now charge you for this, and I think it's something like 85 quid. Which is outrageous. When you've spent so much on a business class ticket, I don't see how on earth they have the audacity to want to charge you another £85 to choose your seat more than 24 hours before you go. Anyway, of course, you know me, always looking for a bargain, so I didn't do that. Absolutely not. No, I waited. I waited until 24 hours before, and I thought, oh well, you know, let's see what's left. And I went in there and I got the seat that I wanted, which was upstairs. Upstairs in the plane, they've got a few, it's not a very big cabin, and there's only, I can't remember how many people up there now, can't be any more than 20, 24 people up there, I suppose. And it's really quite nice and intimate. So I'm sitting there, along comes a glass of orange, and it was all very nice, so I relaxed. I went to sleep after we had a bit of a meal. I can't remember what it was now. Was it a breakfast? I think we had breakfast first. We had breakfast, which was quite nice. I had egg and cheese on McMuffin. Now, I do try and avoid dairy products, but obviously when you're on a plane or away, it's a little bit more difficult. So I do relax the rules, although I don't start eating meat. I want to point out, we can't be eating poor little animals, dear, okay? So I don't start doing that. So I had that. And then I think I went to sleep, and I woke up. I noticed there was a young girl opposite me who literally, as soon as she was allowed, put the seat down and went to sleep immediately. I don't think she ate anything or anything. But she was a blooming lazy cow, that one. Because when I woke up about 3 hours later, no, it was 3 hours later, so I suppose about an hour and a half passed between when we left and when we started flying. Then we had breakfast, and then I went to sleep after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I think, for 3 hours. And I woke up and put the seat out, and I started watching this film. A film that I've seen before. I'm trying to think of the title. It had Ben Affleck in it. And there were 1, 2, 3... I think there were 4 blokes who did burglaries. They did bank burglaries. And they were very difficult to catch. And there was a girl, and they kidnapped her, and she got they let her go in the end, but she had noticed there was a tattoo on someone's neck. Anyway, they realised that she knew this, I think, or something like that. Oh no, no, that's not right. What happened? Oh, they took her driving licence, so they had her address, right? And I think they were worried about her recognising their voices. So one of them decided to start following her and check she was all right. Anyway, it turns out the one that following her falls in love with her, and then there's lots of other burglaries and things going on, and in the end he doesn't get with her. He ends up running away. He's miles and miles away. All the other robbers are dead because they've been shot by the police, and she's digging in the garden, in this garden where she works, like a garden centre, and she comes across a big case, and he's left her all the money that they've been robbing. Very good film. So I watched that. When I finished that, I sort of looked up, and this girl was stirring in her bed, and she'd woken up and put the light on, and I couldn't believe it. She then buzzed the lady who, what do they call them? Not waitress. The attendant, the cabin crew. She buzzed the cabin crew, and this young girl, she was only young, she came up and says, "Can I help you?" She says, "Yeah, can you pass my bag from the overhead locker?" I thought, you lazy cow, go and do it yourself. How rude is that? You're not supposed to call them for small little incidents like that, are you? She had a posh voice. I think she was one of those girls that had been spoilt. She was only about 20, you know. "Can you pass me my bag?" Oh, I didn't say anything. You don't like to, do you? I'm not like that at all. I just want to point that out. Anyway, so got off the aeroplane, went downstairs reasonably quickly. Within 15 minutes, I got my bag. Went through customs, and then you have to go through this thing where they check for food, I think, or something like that. So I stopped her as he handed the custom forms in. I said, "I've got tea bags in my bag. Is that permitted to bring those in?" And there was a big guy on there, and he laughed. He says, "Are you sure you haven't got any biscuits in there as well?" I said, "No biscuits, tea bags." He says, "Right." And he just laughed and waved me on. I mean, I'm not supposed to be a laughing stock, am I, with people, dear? I just like to be honest. I mean, how do I know you're allowed to bring tea bags in or not? Anyway, they're here. You know, because the American tea bag... Oh, hang on a minute. I nearly lost my glasses there. You see that? It's my English tea bag. Thank you very much. So I got that, and went through, and straight through to... I got a little shuttle. Just cost about $18.50 to get to the hotel, and that was okay. And the shuttle started off, there were only 3 of us that got in there. And the 2 people in front of me, I just knocked my microphone, no. The 2 people in front of me, sitting in the front of the van, I started talking to those. And they were from Maidenhead, which is actually quite close to Bracknell, which is quite nice. And they were on the same flight. It was like this little minibus. And we said, "Oh, that's quite good, you know." And in got the bloke. He wasn't very talkative, the driver. You know, another big bloke. They're all big blokes, to be honest. He wasn't very talkative. But we said, "Oh, this is nice." Usually when I get a shuttle from the airport to a hotel wherever I am, usually it's packed. You know, you're like sardines in this thing. There was only 3 of us in there. Anyway, we spoke too soon, really, because then off the shuttle went, then it stopped somewhere else and people got in, and then it stopped somewhere else and people got in, then it stopped somewhere else and people got in again. And I thought, I know this one round here. And he'd come in a full circle. So it wasn't as comfortable. Oh, and it was so hot in there. Mind you, he had the heater on full blast, because let me tell you, it's freezing in New York. It is so cold. I think it's the first time I've ever left the UK and gone somewhere that's colder than London. You know, in that particular day. It really was very cold. Anyway, so I got to the hotel. Let me have my paper cup, you see. Everything's in a paper cup. I don't know why that is. They throw everything away. There's bits of little plastic things. Look, let me show you this. You get these little plastic things. You get several of these in the thing. And in there, you get sugar, little spoon thing, artificial sugar. There's whitener and a little thing. The trouble is, it's all such wasted, really, because you open the bag. I only use the whitener. So you chuck the sugar away, you chuck the false thing away, and it's just such a waste. You'd be better off to, you know, do them separately. Then you'd only use what you needed. But there you go. Got to the hotel, came upstairs, I don't really unpack, you know, I live out of a suitcase. My mate Ron, he goes, well, when we go on holiday, he goes, man, oh no, he's got to go in and unpack everything, put it in the drawers. I can't be arsed with all that. I'm sorry, no, it stays in the suitcase. Something comes up, I wear it, then it goes back in the case. I actually bought enough socks and T-shirts for 5 days. Yeah. I was only going to bring 2 T-shirts and sort of alternate them, but Ronnie did have a go at me, and he says, you can't do that. He says, I said, well, I'll buy some. He said, I bet you won't. He said, no, and he put all these T-shirts in the bag. I'm just completely useless. I am absolutely useless at travelling. You know, on the Friday before, the whole day I felt ill. I do. I'm not scared of flying or anything. I just feel ill when I'm about to go on holiday. My stomach starts going. Yeah, I'm in and out of the toilet. It's awful. And it's the same every single time. I don't know how I've managed to travel to so many places. I really don't. Anyway, so that's it. So that would have been Saturday. Did I say Saturday night? No, it wasn't. It was Saturday afternoon, about 2 o'clock. So no, it was. I got to the hotel at about 1:30, and you can't get in the rooms till about 3 o'clock. So I dropped my cases there. Gave him a tip. I gave him $1 tip. I thought that was correct. But apparently, after talking to various people, no, that's not enough now. You've got to give him about $3. So I learnt that. So that was that. Then I went out for a walk, really, just walked around. And actually, I went straight over to Subway. And I had a foot-long cheese roll. Toasted cheese roll with salad. So that was quite nice. Had a bit of a walk around. I came back here and got in the room. Then I put my case down and all that and sorted myself out. And I think I had a little bit of a sleep then, if I remember rightly. I had a sleep then. And then got up and I just had a walk around, really. I had a walk around to try and get my bearings. I wanted to find St. Patrick's Cathedral because I was going there Sunday morning for Mass. So found that eventually. I was going in completely the wrong direction. Eventually I asked someone, because I thought I should have come across this by now. He said, no, you're going towards the river. You want to go that way? Okay. So found that and then came back here, and I think it was bedtime, really, so I went to bed. And the next morning, then I rung Suko. Now, Suko is my friend who lives here in New York. She used to be a regular correspondent to the show. Don't hear from her very often now, but she's still a very good friend of mine. So I rang her up to tell her I was here, and we arranged to meet on the Sunday. So Sunday morning, got up, went to St. Patrick's. I thought it was a 10:30 Mass, but it was 10:15. I got there, well, I get places early anyway, so I got there about 10:20, so I missed the beginning of it. So I had walked in quietly. And I sat near the front, sort of on one of the pews at the front there. But unfortunately, I sat near a big door. Okay, and every time this door opened, there was a blast of freezing cold air. Let me tell you, Saturday night while I was walking around, it was -4. -4. It was so cold. It was the wind. And I had to go out and buy a hat. Now, I did have a hat, but of course I'd left the hat in my suitcase and they were looking after the cases because I couldn't get up to my room yet. So I went and bought a hat, little Oakley hat. Let me see if I've got it here. There it is. One moment, please. Would you like to see my new hat? It's a blue Oakley hat. I think it cost about $10, something like that. There we are. It's like a tea cosy. Very, very warm, dear. It's actually a lot thicker than my other one. Nice little hat. And it's blue. Goes with my green eyes. Yeah, I know, blue and green don't really go together, do they? No. So after Mass, yeah, as I say, it was very, very cold there. Came back here, rung up Suko, and her husband Jerry and lovely daughter Jade met me. And what did we do? I think we had we went to the theatre to see a musical. Now, what was it called? Oh, do you know, I can't remember what it was called now. Oh, hang on, it's written up here. Just a second. It's Nice Work If You Can Get It. Have a look up on the internet for that one. Nice Work If You Can Get It. Great musical. We had front row seats. Not near the front row seats. Fantastic. You could see the orchestra downstairs, you know, underneath the stage. What a brilliant seat. And a damn good show as well. All singing, musical. And this particular thing was about bootleggers who were stealing. It's a very old, you know, set in the 40s, I think, 40s or 50s. So there were a group of bootleggers. One of them was a girl. And they would be stealing or bringing in very cheap beer and spirits, that sort of thing. And they stored it in the cellar of this posh house. And the girl eventually falls in love with the man who owns the house, who's like a puppet to his mother, and then, you know, has the basic story. Have a look on the internet. Really good it was. And after that, Suko and her husband took us out to this restaurant. Very, very nice restaurant, I have to say. And what did I have? Pasta. Oh, it was lovely. Very nice pasta with tomato, and what was the other one we had? Vegetable lasagna. So that was lovely, because I know I'm a bit of a vegetarian. So it was all catered for, and Jerry had a nice big steak. Massive steak. Not like steak what you get in the UK in Beefeater, dear. You know, or Harvester. You know, this thing was an inch thick and like huge. So that's what we had there. And I think after that, then I came back here. And I actually arranged to meet Suko again on the next day, which would have been Monday. Okay. Oh, I meant to tell you, when I got here, after I'd been to bed and I got up in the evening, I felt a bit peckish. So I went out and to this pizza place, Esboa or something like that, Esboa. Anyway, some sort of pizza place. And while I was in there, I noticed people were buying like 1 or 2 slices. And I thought, well, I feel hungry. You know, I want a whole pizza, please, if you don't mind. So I said, do you do whole pizzas? He said, yes, sir. Where are you from? So I said, London. He says, oh, you sound Australian. Do you know, a lot of people think I seem to sound Australian. Are you American? Do I sound Australian to you? Very strange. Do I sound Australian? Anyway, so he said, yes. I said, what size? Is it small, medium? He said, no, they're all one size. I said, well, I'll have one of those. He said, are you sure? I said, yeah, that'll be fine. So anyway, so I went and sat down. I got myself a cup of tea. And then they called me over, and it was this massive pizza. Enough for about 8 people that they put down on my table. And he says, I'll get you a box if you can't eat it all. I said, well, thanks very much. Knowing full well that I knew I didn't have I haven't got a microwave in the room or any other way of heating it. And I'm not really keen on cold pizza. You know, it's got to go in the microwave or in an oven or perhaps under a grill or something like that, isn't it? You can't eat cold pizza. So I sat there and I loved watching the people all the time, you know. And I didn't notice they had a big buffet as well, and you just go and help yourself. So much. There seems to be so much food here. Restaurant after restaurant. And the amount of the food that is available is quite unbelievable. It really is. Just masses of food. And a lot of these buffet style places where you go, you know, you pay whatever, $10, and then you just go and keep helping yourself until you can't eat anymore. I'd like to see more of that in the UK. I think that's a great way of doing it. You know, certainly in Europe, you know, I always remember the case of Disney. I went to Disney in Florida, went for the breakfast there, and you get your plate and you just keep going up until you can't eat anymore. Whereas in Euro Disney, you got your plate, they gave you 2 rashers of bacon and an egg. And that was it. It's a very, very different way of doing things here in the States. And quite frankly, I quite like the idea of, you know, unlimited food. You pay the one price and unlimited food. So I managed to eat 3 pieces of the pizza. It was lovely. It was a vegetarian pizza with they put broccoli on the top. I don't think I've ever had broccoli on the top of a pizza. And let me tell you, it works. It does work. Very, very nice indeed. So that's what I had when I got there. Going back to the Monday then, so we had the dinner. I bought Jade, she is a huge fan of One Direction. Yes. Da 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 da, what makes you beautiful, and all that stuff. She loves One Direction, but apparently they can't get the English CD here. It's a different version. So I bought her one of those across from the UK. And also, while I was walking around here on the Saturday night, I found like a long picture with One Direction, and they got their signatures printed off, and she was very pleased with that. I bought something myself as well, actually, which is just behind me. Let me describe this to you. It's just basically a thing of New York. Someone's made with bits of, probably bits of cardboard, I would guess. You know, and it's Broadway with all the musicals on there. It's got Wicked. I'd love to have seen Wicked, but I won't have time now. There's The Lion King, Jersey Boys, South Pacific, Mary Poppins, and you see someone's made this and put it in a glass thing. And what did I pay for that? I think it was only about $20. Is it? Oh, it is glass, is it? Oh, well, I hope that survives on the plane. I doubt it though. I doubt that very much. My electric kettle, I'm afraid, got cracked. Yes, ruined. My electric. Oh, actually, I'll be able to put that in my. No, I think I'll be able to put that in my hold bag. Yeah, I'll put it in there. But my electric kettle got a big crack down the side. I was most disappointed. Most disappointed. But it doesn't matter, because one of the things they had here was a hot drinks machine, which is quite good. And when I got here first on the Saturday, I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I looked at this hot drinks machine. It's actually next to me over there. Do you want to have a look? This hot drinks machine, okay, it's a bit odd. You know, it's got instructions on top, right? But you know, it's just a series of diagrams. And I looked at this and I thought, I ain't got a clue how to work this. Anyway, so at the bottom there is like it says start brew. I've got that all wet now. I'll probably get electrocuted later on. Anyway, there's a little button. Where is it now? There it is. There's a little button there that says start brew. And the idea is you push that down and see what happens. But I was looking at it and I thought, well, I can't see. How does the water get in there? You know, is this thing plumbed in or something? And of course it's not. So bearing in mind, I'd pressed the start brew button, okay? Then I looked in and I thought, well, maybe the water has to be poured in there, because it is actually a coffee machine, but you can do it with hot water. Anyway, so, oh, right, okay. So I then went out. I then went out to the bathroom, and I got some a little cup of water. Came over there, took the lid off, and poured it in. Well, of course, what I hadn't realised is that by pushing the start brew button, the thing had heated up, and I poured this water and it went all over the place. So I'm not very good with coffee machines, I'm afraid. But so you put your water in, and I thought, well, what happens now? And then I realised, as well as it spurting out everywhere, it started dripping out of this thing in front. So I quickly put a cup under there, and I worked out, all you have to do is put your tea bag in, and that's it, and that worked nicely. Thank you very much. I managed to break the cold tap in the bathroom. Yeah. In the morning when I got up to brush my teeth, I turned it on, brushed my teeth, and I couldn't turn it off again. I had to call the people out. I had to call maintenance. Can I help you? I had to call maintenance out, and he fitted a new tap on there. Dear me, I detect that the room was ever so hot when I got in here. I don't think it was that hot. It's just me, because I'm used to. I don't really have the heating on at home too high. You know, Ronnie is always complaining that my house is cold. He's just a miserable git. He really is. He's always moaning it's too cold in my room. So this room, it was actually set at 72 degrees. But I found when I was sleeping, I was just throwing the covers off. It was so hot. So I turned the heating off in the end. In fact, I'm on the 9th floor. So I think the heat rises anyway. And I just don't need the heating on in here. Very, very good heating system in this hotel. By the way, I've been staying at the Manhattan Hotel, which is on 7th Avenue. Been to Starbucks a few times. They know how to make a cup of tea. Oh, I bought something from Starbucks. I've decided to start collecting these Starbucks mugs. And they have on them, I've wrapped this in a T-shirt, Starbucks mugs. And they do one for wherever you are. So this is, I already have a Dubai Starbucks mug. I now have a New York Starbucks mug. And Suko, my friend, tells me she has a Guatemala Starbucks mug, which I may just get that. She said, "Do you want that?" I said, "Yes." So if she remembers, I'm not going to remind her though, because I think I don't like to ask for things, even when she said I could have them. I'll probably, if she gives me that, I'll have a Guatemala Starbucks mug as well. So if you ever go away anywhere, boys and girls, and you want to buy me something, I'm now collecting stuff. Please don't steal them, dear. Don't start stealing things, okay? Yes, so you want to buy me something, please buy me a Starbucks mug with the name of the place that's on theirs, because I am now collecting those, okay? I don't suppose they'd be worth anything, but there we are. Now, so where did we get to? So that was Monday, wasn't it? Yeah, that was Monday. And on Tuesday, oh, a bit of a disaster Tuesday. No, that was Sunday, wasn't it? Okay, so now we're on to Monday. Monday, I'm supposed to be meeting Suko, right? She told me, well, just go to the train station. It's on wherever it was, 34th, I think, 34th. She says it's Penn Station. Okay. So I left the room about 10 o'clock. I rang her. I said, Suko, I'm on my way now. Okay, that's fine. And I walked up to Penn Station, which is about a 25 minute walk, fair old distance, but I like walking. And I saw Penn Station, so I went down the stairs, and immediately I'm faced with no one to help me at all. There's no one there to help you. There's 3 machines and a couple of people queuing at the machines, and there's a tramp next to the machine begging for money as well. And there was a lady next to me. I said, oh, how does this work? She says, where are you going? Rockefeller Center. She says, okay, get one of these, $4.50. So I put $4.50 in this machine, and I got this ticket. Okay, thanks. So I put it in the machine and went through this metal barrier thing. And then I was faced with many, many stations and many, many places, and nothing says Rockefeller Center. Nothing said that. And I'm standing there, I thought, oh, I'm going to get lost now, because I'm not good. If you're a regular viewer, a listener, you'll know I'm really very bad at finding my way from A to B. I'm terrible. And I start panicking. I do start panicking. And oh my God, you know, I'm lost. What am I going to do now? I'm lost. You know, it's ridiculous, really. When I'm sitting here now talking to you, I realise how ridiculous it all is. I'm surrounded by people. All I've got to do is ask one, but I won't. You know, I'm lost. Oh no. If I go, and you know, not only am I lost, I feel that if I get on any one of these trains, I'm going to be even more lost than I am now, and may never be able to get back to where I am. That's absolutely true. What's that called? Is there something for that? No, fear of getting lost. I'll have to look that up, actually. Fear of getting lost. And I do have a real fear of getting lost. And it happens regularly if I go somewhere that I haven't been before. I very quickly get lost and I panic. I can't describe to you the worry and fear when I'm lost. I'm fearful of being lost, and when it happens, I kind of shut down. So I rang up Suka. I said, look, I'm lost. Where am I? You know, you said Penn Station, and so she's trying to describe it. I'm looking around. I said, well, that's not there. She said, did you come down an escalator? I said, no, I walked downstairs. She said, are you in the subway? I said, well, yes. She says, you need the railroad. I said, well, yeah, it's trains. You know, trains are trains, aren't they? She says, I think you're in the wrong place. I said, well, it said Penn Station. That's where you told me. And, of course, then the battery died on the phone. I thought, oh, no. And in the end, I came back out of the station and came back to the hotel. I was absolutely terrified. I can't, as I say, I can't describe to you the feeling. Really, it's just a real fear of getting lost. I have that. You get back to the hotel and you start thinking, right, that's the last time I'm coming away, because I always get lost whenever I go away. It's terrible, terrible. It's just, you know, I'd rather not be somewhere than keep getting lost in places. That's the truth of it. So I rang up Suko there, and she says, I tell you what, she said, I can come in to town and meet you at 3 o'clock if you want. I said, and I said, yes, you know, yes, please. So I walked back up to the station. She told me exactly where to meet her, on a corner of 34th Street and 7th Avenue, which is where Macy's is, because she was taking me shopping. So that's where I went. And Suko turned up, and we had a little giggle and a laugh about it all. And then we went in and had another pizza. Well, not another pizza. I just had 2 slices this time. 2 slices of, I think it was just cheese and tomato with bits of fresh tomato. Pizzas everywhere, which was quite nice. And then we went shopping. First of all, we went in Macy's, and I bought a friend of mine a snow globe. Have I got that handy? One moment, please. Oh, it's in the case. Just a minute. Just a minute. I should have got all these things, really, because my friend Mary, she comes to one of the karaoke nights, and she asked me to bring her a snow globe, so it's still in the box. But there we are, a snow globe from Macy's. So Macy's in New York. I didn't realise there were lots of Macy's. I thought there was only one, but the one in New York is like the main one. Macy's, New York. And I was looking around. My sister, I know, wanted a purse, and I had gifts to buy for other people. Ron, my niece-in-law, my 2 nephews, and my niece's husband. So really, I wanted to do all that in one go. And I looked around Macy's, and actually, I couldn't really find anything in there. So we ended up going to this other shop. Now, what was it called? Century 21. Department store. Century 21 department store. And I found everything for those people in there. The whole lot. And I must show you. Now, listen, my sister very rarely watches this. Sharon, if you're watching this, please do not watch anymore, because I'm about to show them what I got you for your present of me going away. And I bought her. I saw this, and as soon as I saw this bag, I thought, that's the one. It's a lovely bag made by Charles Jourdan in Paris. Now, I have to tell you, I have no idea about labels and names and bags, which is where Suko came in. So it's a blue bag. It's blue on the sides, and it's brown on the outside, and it's ever so nice. It's got a lovely buckle on the front as well, like a buckle there, you see. So that's what I've bought my sister. And also to go with it, I got her a purse. Now, where have I put that? Bought her a red purse. There it is. Because I texted her, what's your favourite colour? And she took so long to come back, and she said red. By then, I bought this. Bought this lovely blue and brown bag. I do like this. Yeah, if I was a woman, I would want this bag. I really would. Because my sister's not someone who's, she doesn't have these sort of expensive things. I mean, I'll be honest, I wouldn't buy something like this for myself. Like, you know, I'm a bit of a cheapskate with myself. But when it comes to my sister, I like to buy her something really nice when I go on holiday. Oh, it's got a Charles Jourdan Paris. It's got this little chain thing on. I suppose that's some sort of logo. I know nothing at all about bags or anything like that. I'm not going to tell you how much it was, but that was a little bit pricey. And I also bought her, to go with that, this like wine-coloured, I thought it was red. Suko corrected me and she said it was a wine-coloured purse where my sister can put or put all her money in that she doesn't have. And that goes with the bag. So she said red, so I'll say, well, that's your red thing, and that's the bag as well. So I bought that for my sister. For my niece and my niece-in-law, I bought two bags. I think they're sort of both pink, very similar colours, both pink. And for my my nephew-in-law and my other nephew, I bought the same thing. I like to get them all the same thing, you know, and it, like a Tommy Hilfiger rugby shirt type thing, which are very, very nice. Very nice indeed. And these actually were on sale. I only paid, what did I pay for these? $35 each. And they were reduced from $79 each. So I was quite pleased with those buys. Yes. And that's like a blue and white stripe going across there for those of you without vision. Was that it? I bought Ronnie a blue and white checked shirt because that's what he wanted. He wanted blue and white. He wanted Ralph Lauren, but I ended up getting Tommy Hilfiger because I wasn't. The Ralph Lauren section in Macy's was surprisingly not very good. I kind of looked at this stuff and I didn't think much of it at all. I did threaten him. I sent him a picture. Let me see if I've got this picture still on my phone. One moment. See my phones. I try not to use the phone out here. The only time I've used it actually is to ring Suko because it's horrendously expensive. It's something ridiculous like £1 a minute or something like that. I did send him a picture of this awful... Because Ronnie loves labels. He absolutely loves labels. And I sent him... Where is it now? There it is. There's a picture of... this is Suko, my friend. I sent him a picture of this, like... shirt and jacket type thing. I said, I hope you like it. It's Dolce & Gabbana, and it's the most hideous piece of designing you've ever seen in your entire life. So I threatened him with that, and he texted back, and it wasn't very pleasant which he texted back. I thought it was quite ungrateful, really, to be honest. I put that back and bought him a blue and white checked thing, and that was my little shopping experience, which was quite nice. So we then we went to Starbucks, and we had a Starbucks. That's when I sent them the pictures and all that, and that was it really. So that was Monday, and it's now Tuesday. Today is Tuesday when I'm recording this programme. It's actually, today is my birthday, although you're seeing this on the Wednesday. Hopefully I've been able to upload this for Wednesday. Or maybe you're seeing this just after I've come back. I don't know yet. I'm hoping to be able to upload this after I've finished recording it. And so you'll be able to see it on the Wednesday. If not, you're seeing this a little bit later. But it doesn't matter, does it? I do like to try and get things in place for you boys and girls. Okay? There were some TV shows I've watched while I was here, but I'll talk about those, I think, on the next show. All right? Now, how are we doing? What's the time? Oh, I've been chatting for 40 minutes. Just let you, as I say, there's some TV shows. One in particular, I thought it was dreadful. The actual show is called Predator Raw, and I'll talk to you about it on perhaps the next show or the show after. Okay, because I was pretty horrified at this. It's like I'm not even going to start talking about it now because it's just too much. It really was Predator Raw. So I'll talk about that perhaps on the next show or the one after. I am hoping tomorrow, Wednesday, to meet up with Suko and her family again, and we should be hopefully doing a little bit of a show with her. Fingers crossed. Can't promise that. Fingers crossed. If everything goes to plan tomorrow, and remember, I've already got that wrong once trying to go and visit Suko. So when she came in Monday to show me, she actually took me down into the station, which was completely a different station. And she said, you went in the wrong... I said, well, it says Penn Street on there. She said, no, this one. I said, well, where does it say Penn Street here? It doesn't say it there. It says it there. Because perhaps it's because I'm from England. Tube trains and railroad, to me, are the same thing. They're just different types of trains. So I just went to the wrong place. Anyway, she did take me into the station and showed me exactly where I had to go to buy the ticket. Then you have to look at the board and it says Rockville Centre and tells you what platform to go on. So I hope to be able to do that tomorrow along with the camera and the other bits and pieces. Now I do have emails here, or a nice long email from Angela. Angela, don't worry, I have got it here, my darling. It might come up on the next show. I might hold on to this, if you don't mind, until I get back from the UK, because it's quite a nice long email, and I do like to give people, you know, I don't like to read through emails very quickly, as you well know. I like to expand upon them, you know. I can turn a one-line email into a 3-hour TV show. I really can. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thank you very much. My 50th birthday, as I say today, and tonight's the night. I go and see Barry Manilow in concert on Broadway. I can't wait. I'm in row C in the orchestra section. I've got a damn good seat and I'm really, really looking forward to that. Thanks so much for watching and listening to the show. Don't forget my email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Thank you all very, very much for your birthday Facebook messages. And on Twitter as well. If you want to join me on Facebook, my Facebook username is Chris Reardon UK. All right, Chris Reardon UK, and it's the same on Twitter. Twitter is Chris Reardon UK. I'll see you on the next show. Bye-bye.